How's it, Indian Cowboy? This is your free play selection for Friday, October the 6th. Nice free play winner yesterday as we gave you the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears over, and it went way over the posted total. Let's see what we can do today. Hello, I'm Indian Cowboy. This is Doc Sports. Indian Cowboy's been around for 19 years. Doc Sports, 53 years. I have a doctorate and a master's in biostatistics. That's how these algorithms work. Welcome to my podcast. Our best selections over at docsports.com under Rune Shiva. Our next best selections are YouTube Premium Thoughts, where we give you 3 extra thoughts every single day, all for just $20 a month. It is our teaching channel where we teach you how to fish and how to look at ball games in depth. And for just $20 a month, for close to 200 selections, probably one of the best deals on the internet. By the way, today we have 11 thoughts on YouTube Premium. Not to mention we've hit 3 straight YouTube Premium selections in a row, including Arizona, Milwaukee over on Tuesday. We gave you Florida International, New Mexico State over on Wednesday, and we gave you Western Kentucky, Louisiana Tech over on Thursday. So we're about to hit 4 in a row on YouTube Premium. So join us for that. Want more content? Hop on to our Twitter, has our consensus reports, our trends on late night ball games, and our hot takes on sports. All right, let's get to what's on your neck of the woods here. 5 football selections, none of which are off the board. They all go off the board Saturday and Sunday. Excited about the baseball this weekend. Excited about WNBA, which resumes this weekend. NHL is just 4 days away, and I gave you the NHL futures for free yesterday. I'll tell you about the futures again today. We're very excited about NHL back-to-back winning seasons from 2020-2022, plus 17,000. We're expecting a very, very good season this year. Don't forget, we're on a 10-1 soccer run as well. Soccer has been pretty phenomenal. And let me check something real fast as it relates to soccer here. We had a 4-unit selection today. I believe we're on a 11-1 soccer run now. So join soccer. Okay, we're on an 11-1 run now. It's pretty amazing. All right, let's get to your free play selection today. And I like the under in tonight's game between Kansas State and Oklahoma State, and you can find that line sitting around 53. So I like the under here. Kansas State beat UCF 44-31 last year. They barely lost to Missouri by 3 points. They are 3-1 this year, and on the road as a heavy dog to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State did beat Arizona, but lost a shocker to South Alabama and comes in having lost back-to-back games. Do they really lose 3 in a row? Kansas State beat this team 48-0 last year. By the way, Oklahoma State is not that good this year, and they come off back-to-back losses. But Oklahoma State also lost 0-48 last year and has lost back-to-back games coming in. But this Kansas State has lost to an undefeated team by just 3 points last year. I want to take Kansas State here, and they should do well, but Mike Gundy is still the coach of this team. And I think they actually get up on defense here, and therefore I like the under. I think Oklahoma State, when Oklahoma State does well, it's through the defensive side of the ball. And they come off a bad loss. And at the end of the day, Kansas State is obviously the much, much better team. But I think Kansas State will run into some trouble here against Oklahoma State. Coach Gundy doesn't lose back-to-back games very often. I think they'll get up for them, and therefore I like the under. I talked about the NHL futures in great depth yesterday's video, but I will go quickly on today, okay? My top future for the NHL is the Buffalo Sabres over the 92.5 points. Look, this team has a tremendous offense, but a poor defense, but I think they address those defensive concerns over the break. And I think with Johnson being a defenseman, he'll get the back line focused. And I like Buffalo to do really well this year. I like them over 92.5 points. I like the Seattle Kraken over 93.5 points. You have a team that doesn't have any superstars necessarily, but with McCann and Eberle and Burkowski and Schwartz and Tolvanen, I think this team will do very, very well this year. It was a remarkable run for the franchise that started 2 years prior, and I think it kind of continues here. So I like the over. And I also, with Seattle, I also like the under with San Jose. I think San Jose is going to be terrible this year. Mike Greer needed to find the best place to get the best return for their star player in Carlson, and I think they did. And I think this team, San Jose finished 3rd in the Western Conference last year with just 22 wins, and it's possible they could be even worse this year. I think they sort of bottom out, so I like the under on the San Jose Sharks future as well. That's under 65.5 points, okay? Now, moving on to the rest of the football games here. As it relates to Syracuse, North Carolina in college football, I like the over there. Syracuse is 4-1, is off of a loss to Clemson. UNC also knows that they're off of a loss to Clemson. They're 4-0, North Carolina. Syracuse lost 14-31 to Clemson. I think they're an active dog here. UNC is off 4 straight big wins, but I think Syracuse challenges them here. And keep in mind that Pittsburgh has 2 quarterbacks who are terrible, and they still scored a decent number of points in their last game against North Carolina. And I think what happens is Syracuse is going to show up, and they're going to push this game, and it's going to go over the posted total. Nebraska, Illinois, that's YouTube Premium. Wake Forest, Clemson, that's YouTube Premium. Marshall, NC State. I like NC State here. Marshall's 4-0, mind you, and NC State is 3-2. Marshall has won 9 games in a row dating back to last year, which is phenomenal. Marshall just beat Old Dominion 41-35. They beat Virginia Tech by 7. North Carolina lost by 3 to Louisville. They beat Virginia and UConn. Marshall is very good defense that just gave up 35 points to Old Dominion. They'd given up 13, 17, 13 prior to that. NC State is off of a loss, but it's a fantastic defense. Louisville only rushed for 20 yards on this NC State team. NC State was 10-0, up 10-0 in that game before losing. Old Dominion's QB went 11 for 23 against Marshall and nearly beat this team, and I think NC State does very, very well. And I think they do well. LSU, Missouri, that's YouTube Premium. Texas A&M, Alabama, that's YouTube Premium. Vanderbilt, Florida. I like the under in that game, and I also like Florida. Vandy just lost by 17 to Missouri and Kentucky. They can certainly score, and though they are 2-4, they are not a pushover by any means. Florida is won 31-24 last year against this team. Kentucky rushed for over 300 yards in Florida, and I think Florida's going to be ticked off, and I think they're going to come in and they're going to play really good defense. Florida just gave up 33 points, which is kind of a high for them, and I think they'll be much, much better on defense, and therefore I like the under between Florida and Vandy. As it relates to, I told you, Texas A&M, Alabama, YouTube Premium, Notre Dame, Louisville, YouTube Premium. As it relates to Arkansas, Ole Miss, I like Arkansas. And, Arkansas is off 3 straight losses. I think Arkansas has nothing to do but get up for this game. They lost a tight game to LSU and hung tight in that whole game. This is sort of a wash for them, and they're building character, and I think they look for relevant games, and I think this is one of those relevant games they get up for. And after losing 3 straight, I think they show up here, quite frankly. Georgia Tech, Miami, I like Georgia Tech here. Georgia Tech is 2-3, and they're facing a 4-0 team here. I think Coach Key has done a good job with this team, though, that loss to Bowling Green State, I think, will motivate them heavily. And this team beat Wake Forest 30-16, so it's not like a bad team. They lost to Louisville early this year by 5 points, their first game of the year, and that loss looks pretty good now. And Miami is undefeated, of course, but I think they get a strong challenge here from Georgia Tech. Virginia Tech, FSU, that is YouTube Premium. Bengals, Arizona, YouTube Premium. Baltimore, Pittsburgh in the NFL, YouTube Premium. Saints, Patriots, I still like the Saints. 2-2 and a 1-3 team. The difference here is that the Saints have such a good defense and they believe in their quarterback. And the Patriots absolutely cannot score, and they are terrible right now. And, I think at the end of the day, I think it's the Saint defense that makes all the difference, and I like the Saints. Colts, Tennessee, you have Jonathan Taylor that's supposed to play. I almost mentioned Jonathan Taylor Thomas, old school 90s reference. You have a 2-2 team here. Taylor's supposed to come back for this game, as you know, and Tennessee can be fickle. They come off a 27-3 win over Cleveland, but they haven't put together back-to-back wins. The Colts made a furious comeback to lose to the Rams late in their last game. The Colts don't forget they beat Baltimore early this year as well. And I think the Colts show up here. I like the Colts. Houston, Atlanta. I like the over there. I can't go against Atlanta off back-to-back losses, and I can't go against Houston, who's playing phenomenal. Stroud passed for 300 yards last game, and Atlanta really only put up 13 points in their last 2 games. I think Atlanta shows up, I think Houston shows up, and I think that game goes over. Jacksonville, Buffalo, YouTube Premium, Carolina, Detroit. I still like Carolina. I think Carolina's 0-4. Detroit's 3-1. I think Carolina gets up for this game big time. And they show up. They're still going to lose, but I think they're going to show up. And I think Bryce will play well, and I have him losing by inside 8 points here. And don't forget that, Detroit has played pretty phenomenal, but at some point they're going to have a little bit of a letdown. And I think they're going to take things a little easy on Carolina. Giants, Dolphins, YouTube Premium. Jets, Broncos, YouTube Premium. Eagles, Rams. I like the over there. You know who's going to get up for the Eagles? The Rams are. These are the type of games the Rams get up for. A total is nearly at 50 for a good reason. Philly has won 4 in a row coming in. They beat Washington by 3, and that too in overtime. I'm a little surprised the line's only +4. I thought the Eagles would come in as a -5.5 point favorite. Makes me think that the Rams, who played questionable in the fourth quarter against the Colts, step up here. And I can see the Rams as an active dog. If Washington has success, the Rams will have success here, and I like the over. Finally, Green Bay, Vegas, I like the over there. It's interesting, Vegas is favored. O'Connell might be quarterback this game. Jimmy G could be back, but regardless, I like the over. I think the line indicates that the over makes more sense with Vegas favored. And I think Green Bay was also suspect in their last game against the Lions. I think they'll have more success on the offensive end, but I can't take Green Bay and I can't take Vegas. But I do think these two defenses are terrible, and I like the over. Long video today with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 thoughts here. And 11 on YouTube Premium as well. We're working hard for you. Please take a moment to like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. And be sure to join on the football card, the NBA, the college basketball, hockey. It's going to be an awesome season of algorithms in our models. Take care.